Today we are going to talk about dividing whole numbers by fractions. When we do this, we are going to use models to find our quotients. I find it useful to think of something concrete that I want to divide. For example, cookies or candy bars or whatever you can think of to kind of help you visualize a little bit more of that splitting apart. So we've got problems to try here. Let's start with 3 divided by half. So let's go ahead and say we've got 3 sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 sandwiches. They're on a bun of sorts. That's why they're circular. All right, so I'm dividing each of my 3 sandwiches in half. Now I need to know how many halves I have. Well, I've got 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4, 5, 6 halves. Therefore, 3 divided by 1 half equals 6 halves. Okay, so I drew my 3 sandwiches. I split them all in half, and then that leaves me with 6 halves. Let's try this one here. It says 2 divided by 1/5. So maybe this time it's pizza. Okay, so I've got 2 pizzas, and I'm sharing those 2 pizzas. So I'm dividing them into fifths. So I split these. Remember, my pieces should be close to even. These are less than close to even. Okay, so now I cut my pizza into 5 parts each. And here, now I need to know how many pieces I have. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. So when I split 2 into 1/5 pieces, 2 divided by 1/5, I will have 10 parts or pieces in this case. All right. Let's transfer this down to our word problems here. It says Kristen bought 6 candy bars and she broke each candy bar in half. So she started with 6 candy bars and she broke them in half. Okay, so I'm going to write out my expression first. I've got 6 candy bars being divided into half. Okay, so I draw my 6 candy bars here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candy bars, and I divide them all into halves. So they each should have 2 parts now. So here, once I split that 6 into halves, I need to see how many halves I have. So I count my parts, and I have 12 parts. Therefore, 6 split in halves is going to be 12 halves. 6 divided by 1/2 equals 12 parts. Okay, I want to differentiate here that this is not 6 divided by 2, right? This is splitting all my 6 pieces into 2 parts. I'm not spreading 6 into 2 groups. I'm spreading my 6 into little half pieces. Okay, last one. We've got John has 8 feet of rope here. And then he is cutting that rope into 1/4 foot pieces. Okay, so we've got 8 divided by 1/4. And here I'm going to draw my rope this time. So I've got 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet of rope. And now each foot is going to be split into 4 parts. 4 parts, each one. And then I'm going to count. Now these are really little, so I'm going to count by 4. So this is a group of 4. Another group of 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's a total of 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. So when I split 8 into 1/4 part pieces, 8 divided by 1/4 will get me 32 pieces. So again, I look at what I'm splitting apart and then how many little pieces I'm going to have. And then I count the number of little pieces I have to get me my quotient.